If you are from South Africa and you want to find a way to earn in dollars from home, this video is for you. If you don't know me, my name is Angelo Christmas, and I went from working a normal 9 to 5 to quitting my job to now being able to earn thousands of dollars every single month. Now, how exactly do I do this? I do that through a skill called high ticket sales. I simply partner up with business owners, I connect with the people that are interested in their products or services, and I help the businesses close more deals. If my conversation leads to a deal that gets closed, I typically will get paid commission on that deal, anywhere between 10 upwards of 15% commissions. So in this video, I'm going to show you a live example of me closing a $4,000 deal and making $400 commission in literally just 1 hour. So without further ado, let's dive into the video.
Why now is it important for you to prioritize, your health, your fitness, drop the weight instead of, maybe putting it off like most people would? Why do you feel like that's important for you to do now?
Because especially now when I'm getting my new upgraded leg to walk with, it will be much easier if I have less weight. Weight makes a big difference as far as getting up and moving. And, I mean, it's not going to make any difference when you're driving because you're sitting down. But when you're standing and you're walking, like now we have ice out there on the roads and a lot of snow that we just got. And for me to get around the car, I had to hold on to someone's arm. It's very difficult. It's scary. So mobility, the big one is I would like to be more mobile.
Right. And I know you mentioned, holding on to people and getting to the car. How else does this lack of mobility affect you or the extra weight in general? What's the biggest reason it's been bothering you?
Comfort, to be able to get up and run around without pain, and because I'm headstrong, I want to get things done. I want to mop the floors and I want to go out and feed the chickens. I want to go outside. I live on a farm. It's a 10-acre farm, and so I have a lot of animals. And right now I can't even walk my dogs. They take off and they don't mind very well. So it would be nice if I could hold a leash and I could take them and I have a little bit of strength behind me. The flowers are now starting to come up now, and I'm growing. Behind me, I have over 100 tomato plants growing in the house. And there's 7 varieties, and I'm getting ready to do a big garden because I do canning too. And so I want to put away all this food for the winter. And for where I'm living, that's basically survival.
I see. And I mean, knowing that you sort of like hindered and you limited with your mobility, why would you say that bothers you, that you find yourself unable to do those things you were able to do in the past? Why does that bother you?
It's frustrating. Yeah, because you think it's important to be able to do those things.
Yeah, I see. Well, it sounds like it's been pretty tough for you, right, Susan? So what has it been like for you, going through those challenges, you keep being frustrated? How has that been for you this past couple months, the past years?
Well, I feel like I'm missing out on a lot. I used to go to the gym 2 and 3 times a week, and I was a member there for a long time. I used to sell my chicken eggs to the members there, and I knew so many friends there. It's so social also. It's a lot of friends at the gym, and I used to go swimming. I used to do laps, and now I feel like I can't do anything, and I had to let my membership lapse because for me to go there, there's nothing I can do except for sit and watch.
Wow. And aside from the gym, what else do you feel like you've been missing out on in your life that doesn't sit well with you, Susan?
So at this point, I'm just getting very deep and clear with her as to how this extra weight is affecting her, and basically building the gap from where she is now and where she wants to be, and what that difference is causing her to feel in her life, and basically help her feel the pain of her situation so that she can be incentivized to actually make a change at the end of the call.
Okay. I'm a volunteer down in Illinois at a temple for our church, and I would like to stand up and be able to greet people and to walk through the building and to do my job there. That's important to me. I go 2 to 3 times a month, so that is a big one. And for me to go visit people, I can drive to their house, but when I get out on the property to go down the steps to the house, I was able to get down the steps to go to a friend's house, but to go back up to get into my car and go up the steps, most people don't have handles and rails and all this stuff that we have here at the house because my husband built them. Most people don't have that, and so when I get in situations, I'm stuck. I can't even get up to my car.
Did your friend have to help you, or what happened?
He did. She
Oh,
opened my car door and she pushed me up, and so I could grab onto my car door and then pull myself in the car. So I
mm,
mean, you find a way to do it, but that's
yeah,
you can get hurt too. And I have fallen a few times, and that is scary. So I would
wow.
rather be able to be more mobile.
Exactly. And especially you live on a big farm, there's so much going on, so much to take care of, I'd imagine, right? And you mentioned also your husband. Is he also aware of how you've been having a hard time with the extra weight, the lack of mobility?
At this point, I've got a good idea of how this weight has been affecting her. Now, because she brought up her husband, I'm gonna tie in our partner's perspective and figure out, what effects is this having on how she feels, towards her partner, what he thinks of the situation, so that in his mind, he also will see the value in this, and she'll be obviously aware of that because she's expressing how this extra weight is having an effect, not just on her, but also her partner as well. Which is a good way to help prevent a partner objection at the end of the call.
Is he also aware of that?
Yep, he tells me.
What does he say?
He says, "You're fat."
Good.
Yeah, you can lose weight. Yes. So yeah.
Okay. And even from his perspective, like, why do you feel like he would also want you now to also drop the weight, become more mobile? Well,
One thing I should have definitely done there was address the laugh. Like, she laughed way too much about her husband calling her fat. I should have addressed that and asked her, like, do you actually feel like that's funny? Like, your husband calling you fat. And it would have helped her feel the pain a lot more. And with this lady, she was a bit of like a sweet old woman. So I kind of just saw that as her personality. But in the moment, I felt it wasn't necessary to address. And obviously, she did close. But if I'm being nitpicky, that's one thing I could have done better on this call.
would he want that for you now?
I think it would make him happy because he knows I would be more healthy. And
Mhm.
you always want your spouse to be healthy, right?
Yeah.
And he just had all of his teeth taken out, and I cooked special food for him so he can eat. And he got some on April 1st. He goes in to get some denture teeth put in so he could eat more. But we take care of each other, and we have an apartment building that's down in Kenosha County. It's about 40-minute drive from us, and he takes care of it. He put a new water heater in. He put in, cabinets, floors. He does all the repairs. So I depend on him a lot to do work. But he's 6'7" and he's a skinny guy. And so, and I used to be in karate when I was growing up. I was a brown belt in Shotokan karate. So for me, I'm out of shape. It's awful feeling. He looks at me and says, "You're fat." If that's an awful feeling too, I would rather.
And I know you kind of laughed when you first said that, where you said you were fat.
Okay, so I did actually address it because I'm addressing it here, but I should have done it as it happened.
Susan, but like, as a partner, as someone that's been struggling with the weight, hearing that from your husband, how was that for you? Like, what is going through your mind when you heard him say that?
Well, I reflect back to how I used to be when we were, first married. We've been married 29 years now, and he didn't expect me to go like this. I mean, to have this happen, not just an accident, but to be unhealthy.
Yeah, I see. And as a partner, why does it not sit well with you that, maybe you're not meeting like his initial expectations of when you first got married? Why does that not sit well with you?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't fit well with me. It's yeah, it's like a barrier. It's like a wall between you.
How have you noticed that barrier maybe hinder you from, hinder the relationship or your connection with him? Have you noticed any sort of, difference now that you're having these sorts of challenges, or how are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel like I'm letting him down. I won't say.
Boom, that's powerful. Like, that's deep stuff, right? We got it all the way to the point where she feels like she's not only, not happy in her body, but she feels like she's letting her own partner down that she's been with for 29 years. So at this point, like, the gap is built very big. I think I'm going to twist the knife a little bit more, ask a few more questions, and then move on to the next part of the call, which is actually getting into what's her dream life going to look like when she finally loses the weight. So this part of the call I'm showing is the deep pain section of the call, where we're basically getting clarity around their current situation and how this extra weight or the problem they're dealing with is affecting them in the current situation.
The train, because I didn't do it on purpose, but
Right.
I still think I have a choice to get better, so
Yes.
that I can be better for him.
How long have you felt like you've been letting him down?
How long? What?
How long have you felt like you've been letting him down? Your
Oh,
husband?
goodness. About 7 years, probably. It's been a long
Yeah.
time that I haven't been real mobile, or he made a whole bed out here in the front room for me. He took one of the couches and made it into a bed, so I could be out here and he could take care of me, because I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom or anything. So he was my caregiver.
I see. Well, that's obviously like, the bad side of things, right, Susan? But like when you picture you back at 130 pounds in the next year.
So that's it. That's the first part of the call I wanted to share in this video. That's pretty much getting more clarity on the current situation, and now moving on to her future state of mind of what's life going to be like when she finally achieves the goal. So I'm actually going to skip a bit more towards the end of the call and just show you that she actually closes into a $4,000 program with no objections as well. So let me actually just skip here and just show that in the
Comes a time where you don't. But what I will say, Susan, once those 3 months are done, I wonder why you're back at square one. Share with you.
Okay. It sounds like we're just ready to get started.
And specifically like the nutrition, the workout. It's a red-eared slider, some red-eared metabolism, and truly give you. I'm not actually sure. I think it depends on the card, get the points. Some packages, Susan, that do run very high. Okay, cool. Now, when it comes to the investment.
So this is the price drop. I've had the whole call. It took me about 40 minutes to do the discovery and the pitch, and now I'm going to drop the price. And I'm going to show her reaction and what happens next.
And Susan, first of all, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a cheap investment, right? Because obviously you are working with a coach one-on-one for 12 months. And we're not just helping you lose some weight, we're helping you actually transform your life, fix your metabolism, and truly give you back that happiness and longevity you deserve for the rest of your life, right? And we do have some packages, Susan, that do run very high, right? I'm talking like even upwards of $20,000, right? Pretty high. Right, but luckily for you, you're not in that boat, right? You don't need that level of support. For the one I've explained to you, to take you from where you are now to the point where you can finally have that peace of mind, mobility, freedom, fix your metabolism, get the weight off and keep it off, that would just be $4,000. Okay. Now, what I will say as well, Susan, most people don't pay that all up front. Some people do like to put on their card, get the points, but what the most successful clients usually do is opt for monthly financing options, right? So that way it actually lets you spread out the payments and still get the results without breaking the bank, right? So if you do it that way, you could even get it down to as low as about $200 or $250 a month, so depending which option you actually go with. So would you rather do like all in one, or would you prefer the monthly options instead?
Definitely the monthly options. Is this something that insurance would cover through the primary care doctor if he signs prescription for medical necessity?
It's
Have
a
you done
good
that?
question. I'm not actually sure. I think it depends on your insurance, like which insurance you have. But I mean, you could always try. You could always like speak with them afterwards and let them know it's for your health, right? And then I don't see why they wouldn't cover it. So it's worth the shot, right? Because then at least they can cover it. So, but you say you'd rather do like a monthly option. Would that be easier for you, Susan?
It would definitely be.
Okay. I mean, even if I were doing it, I would do the monthly option still. That's not a problem. The good thing with that, if you want to do that option, Susan, there's no investment even due to it, right? So if you want to do the monthly option, the first payment is only due in 30 days from now, right? So what we can do, we can come together as a team, we can take a look at your monthly options, and then we can pick the best one for you, and then your coach will be in touch with you within the next 2 to 3 days to get you on track to getting back to 130 again. So does that sound good with you, Susan?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay,
Very
awesome. How do you feel? How do you feel?
But it's very doable. That will work just fine for us.
Okay, and are you a bit nervous but excited, or how are you feeling?
Well, I'm excited. Yes, I'm excited to
Okay,
see the results. Yes.
nice. A bit nervous as well, or how do you not nervous?
um, I can't say nervous. I'm just
Okay,
excited and anxious.
anxious. Okay, well, I see. I'm really excited for you. I mean, I help a lot of people, but
So at this point, I just walked her through the close. As you can see, she didn't have any objections. She just had a question about the insurance, but either way, she was happy to get started. I helped her get her set up with the monthly payment options, and then after this, I just dropped her the link. I sent her the link to do it. She processed it. I'll even put the proof on the screen to show you that the payment came through. We closed the deal. We got her enrolled, and we changed her life for the better. There you have it. So that's a live video of me closing a $4,000 deal, and in just 1 hour I was able to make almost 7,000 rand from South Africa. The beautiful thing about this skill, guys, anyone can do this as long as you can speak English, you have Wi-Fi, you're prepared to put in the work. You don't need any other requirements to actually make seriously good money online from the comfort of your own home. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see the full call, connect with me on Instagram or Facebook. My links will be in the description, and I'll send over the free call to you. Just send me a DM and I'll send that over to you for free. Without further ado, thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.